Hi there, and thanks for joining us here at the Institute for Restorative Health. I'm Dr. David Jowdy, and today we'll be discussing how to boost your elimination by improving your BioTerrain. As with all of our presentations, please understand that the content of this video is for educational purposes only. It is not intended as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. So let's start off by looking at what we call our BioRestorative matrix. And this is a lens at which we view health and the different organization of processes that happens in the body. And when things get out of balance, it can cause health problems. The main thing that we're going to focus on today is the one to the bottom right, which is called the BioTerrain. So how are we going to discuss this? This is an outline of what we're going to be looking at today. First of all, what is the BioTerrain? Secondly, why should we be concerned about it? Third, how can you improve your BioTerrain? And lastly, how does our BioRestorative method address the BioTerrain for you? So let's jump right in. What is the BioTerrain? Think of this as the soil of your body. When you're looking to grow a garden or you're looking to grow plants, you want to have good, healthy, fertile soil that's filled with nutrients and filled with water and healthy things that will allow the cells, the flowers, the plants to grow. Without a healthy soil, good things can't grow from that. So it is a matrix that supports our cells, our tissues, and most importantly, any microbes that exist in our body. There are other terms that you may hear similar to the BioTerrain, things like mesenchyme, matrix, milieu, interstitium. These are all terms that refer to the same idea of this soil or BioTerrain within our bodies. The idea is that it provides a protective barrier for our nerves, our capillaries, and our lymph vessels. We're going to talk more about the microbial effects about this in a moment as well. So why should we worry about this BioTerrain? Number one, it allows for proper nutrient delivery. Nutrients and chemicals move through our body in a number of different ways, and a healthy BioTerrain allows the proper movement of these nutrients from cell to cell so that eventually they can get to their end destination and provide the nutrients and energy that we need. It also helps to facilitate healthy elimination. So once nutrients get to the cells they need to be, then they will expel out dead cells, waste products, and things that are no longer necessary in our bodies. And that's where the elimination side comes in. With elimination, we're looking at pH imbalances, so whether our body is too acidic or too alkaline. Technically, we want a more alkaline body in most ways, but too far on either end of that spectrum of acidity versus alkalinity would be unhealthy for us. Toxicity exists within the BioTerrain, so eliminating toxins and waste products that are no longer necessary is an important job there. Protein excess. One of the major causes of inflammation in the body is excessive protein that either doesn't get broken down or doesn't get eliminated. It's the job of our BioTerrain to manage the protein excess. And also nutrient deficiencies. Nutrients exist and also can grow and thrive within a healthy BioTerrain, so any deficiency of nutrients would be affected by or from a lack of proper BioTerrain. Also, it acts as a carrier for information exchange. Most of us would think that the main communication pathway within our bodies is the nervous system. And while that is true, there is a lot of information that gets passed through our nervous system and through our brain and our nerves. There is an information exchange that goes through the BioTerrain electrically, energetically, and chemically that is sending information from cell to cell. And it moves very rapidly, and without a healthy BioTerrain and a healthy soil, that information can't get from point A to point B. On a microbial level, we need to understand that our body is more germ than it is human cell. Our human cells are outnumbered almost 10 to 1 by microbes. There are healthy microbes, and then there are unhealthy microbes, or there are microbes that positively affect our body, and there's microbes that can negatively affect our body. And if we look at this through the lens of germ theory versus terrain theory or BioTerrain theory, this gives us an understanding of why we get sick or maybe why we don't get sick. So if you follow the germ theory of illness or sickness, it is very much a microbial-based theory. So microbes cause disease. If a certain microbe or a germ exists in your body, then you will have a condition or you will have a sickness as a result of that. So the treatment goal in that thought process is to kill the bug. So if you go in and you kill off the microbe, then it can no longer cause that disease or that sickness within your body. It is very much a problem-focused theory where you're chasing down that problem and going after it, versus the terrain theory of looking at it and saying, hey, maybe it's a poor environment that results in disease. It's an unhealthy bioterrain or unhealthy cells that allow a microbe to colonize or to live in an area or to create an infection or some sort of imbalance. Nourishing the soil or feeding the soil so that it's healthy enough to expel that microbe or to keep that microbe from colonizing and growing is the main idea behind the terrain theory. It's much more of a solution-focused process. If we build a healthier soil, then the body will reject not all bacteria or all microbes or all germs. It will expel the ones that are pathogenic, the ones that would be more likely to cause problems for us. There are good bacteria and good microbes that live in our body. A healthy synergistic activity of those microbes within our human soil creates health. It's when the negative ones come in and they colonize and they grow, that's when problems occur. So microbes technically are the consequence of a disease or a disease process. They're not necessarily the cause. A microbe can exist in our body without causing a disease process if our soil is healthy enough to keep it under control. So what can you do on your own to create a healthier bioterrain? First and foremost, broaden your protein sources. If you continuously take in the same proteins over and over again, your body will not get a variation of metabolic processes going that break down these proteins in different ways. And that's one of the main reasons that a protein excess may occur. So different protein sources, whether they be vegan or organic meat proteins, and then different sorts of meats and proteins every day to broaden those sources is healthy for the bioterrain. It allows things to grow in a broader way. Also, replenishing your minerals. We want you to get your minerals and things from your diet and from the environment as much as humanly possible, but we also understand that that's not always available, so supplemental forms of minerals can be helpful in this way too. What helps the soil grow when you're growing a garden? Sunlight, water, and then of course things that are planted in the ground. So for our bodies, that is also something that helps to facilitate the soil or facilitate the bioterrain. Getting sunlight every day. If you live in an area that doesn't get a lot of sunlight, just maximizing the time that you can, or finding alternative light sources that could help to provide the UVB light necessary to stimulate that action in our bodies. Drinking good, healthy, filtered, clean, structured water every day. The ultimate goal is half of your body weight in ounces, but we know that that is just a generalized number for people. Some people need a little bit more, some need a little bit less, but staying hydrated is very, very important. And also grounding, getting your feet in the ground, getting your feet in the soil as often as possible. It helps us reconnect to the earth, and it helps us to dissipate excess electrical energy that we may have taken on during the day, but it also helps us to connect to the healing energy of the earth that we may not be in touch with if we work on the 10th story of a office building all day and we're not getting our feet in the ground. Fascial work. So the soil in this bioterrain, it exists throughout our body, but movement and activity and flow, whether it's lymph flow, relaxation in the fascia that allows chemicals, energy, and fluids to flow through our body is so important in this idea of bioterrain, because we don't want something to get stagnant. If you've ever seen a stream or a pond, when it gets stagnant and there's no flow, things tend to grow there, and things that grow there are typically not healthy things that grow. But as soon as movement starts and the water starts running again and it flushes those things through, then that stream looks much cleaner, the water looks much cleaner. The same thing occurs in our body. So fascial work, massage, myofascial activity to loosen up our soft tissue, opens up the soil to move, and then also just our general movement, whether it's exercise, walking, whatever it is that you can tolerate, those are the things that you want to be doing on a day-to-day basis. So what is it at the Institute for Restorative Health that we do that would help facilitate healing within the BioTerrain? We understand that sometimes food isn't always enough to repair a really sick body. Some of these things that we just talked about that you can do on your own for BioTerrain aren't always going to fulfill the entire gamut of healing for you. So we would take it the extra lengths to work on targeted nutrients that your body might be missing. If there's something you're not getting out of your diet, or something that maybe even genetically your body doesn't break down right, we can help you target those nutrients that are necessary. We would look at different lifestyle interventions, things that might need to change. What if you're finding out that your water supply isn't healthy enough, or the air in your home isn't as healthy as it should be? So eliminating some of those things that would cause stressors, life stressors, and imbalances that would cause issues in your terrain. And proper elimination, making sure that you're clearing and cleansing these things out of your body. You could be eating right, exercising right, drinking water, doing all the right things, but if there's something built up in your system that your body just doesn't eliminate well, things that could facilitate that elimination. And elimination, it doesn't always mean detox. It means a lot more than detox. Detox is of a cellular process. Elimination is getting rid of the byproducts of that detox process. So supporting the body's ability to re-regulate itself, to detoxify appropriately, but also eliminate on top of that. We also look at heart rate variability. This is your body's adaptability to stress. A stressed out body will tend to collapse in and hold on to things more than a body that is relaxed. A body in fight or flight on the autonomic scale might not eliminate as well as someone who is in that rest and digest phase of autonomic function. And then we also look at functional lab testing. So within this functional labs, we would see indicators of terrain issues such as nutrient deficiencies, detox pathways that are corrupted, healthy or unhealthy white blood cells and red blood cells, pH balance, things that would be indicators that maybe your BioTerrain needs more help. And those are things that we would be able to look at, evaluate, and then discuss with you as far as how to fix those particular problems on an individualized basis. So in summary, the overall health of our cells and our microbes is directly tied to the BioTerrain. A healthier BioTerrain creates healthier microbes in the body. An unhealthy BioTerrain allows unhealthy microbes to exist. The better your terrain, the better your elimination. And a terrain-focused approach looks at things from a solution-focused approach versus a problem-focused approach. So as we like to say here, a healthy BioTerrain is in your hands, but it is also in the hands of your practitioners. That's why here at the Institute for Restorative Health, we use functional medicine, bioregulatory medicine, and energy medicine to help find and fix those issues and get you back to health as soon as possible. Thanks for joining us today. Remember to subscribe and follow to our social media accounts and look for more information on things that you can do to improve your health in the future. Thanks.